After an unbelievable 48 hours, the European Super League looks on the brink of collapse. But who were the men behind the inception of the breakaway competition? And what was their motivation for change? Let's have a look. 5. Florentino Perez. The man being credited as the driving force behind the European Super League is Real Madrid president Florentino Perez. Sunday night's bombshell announcement was accompanied by a statement from Perez, who vowed to help football at all levels to take its rightful place in the world. Born in Madrid, the Spaniard has enjoyed an illustrious career both within politics and as president of Grupo ACS, Spain's largest construction company. His relationship with football properly took off in 2000, when the billionaire was elected as the president of Real Madrid at the second time of asking. This gave birth to the now infamous tagline often associated with Los Blancos, the Galacticos. Perez vowed to sign at least one world-class superstar every summer, fueled by the €480 million sale of their Ciudad Deportivo training facility. True to his word, Luis Figo joined from bitter rivals Barcelona for a world record €62 million. A year later, Zinedine Zidane arrived for €77.5 million and was followed on by the likes of David Beckham, Ronaldo and Michael Owen. The influx of household names to the Spanish capital made Madrid a commercial powerhouse, and by 2006, they were the richest club in the world in terms of revenue. However, in that time they only added one Champions League and two La Liga titles to their trophy cabinet, and following criticism, Perez was more focused on growing their brand rather than improving performances on the pitch. He resigned. But by 2009 he was back, ushering in a new wave of Galacticos including Kaká, Cristiano Ronaldo and later Gareth Bale. 3 straight Champions League titles between 2015 and 2018 only helped to further cement the image of Real Madrid as the pinnacle of the sport. However, in recent years, Real Madrid have had to tighten the purse strings. Mishandlings in the transfer window and loans to renovate the Bernabeu have seen Los Merengues accrue debts around the €354 million mark, having lost over €100 million in the last year alone. It's worth remembering the club didn't sign a single player across the past 2 windows. So Perez clearly has motivation for creating the European Super League. He might claim his plan was to save football for everyone, but after the fiasco that ensued, it's his own future in the sport that could be on the line. 4. Joel Glazer. Brother of Avram and Brian, Joel Glazer played a significant role in the new European Super League. The American billionaire is co-owner of Manchester United, and ever since the Glazer family took full control of the club in May 2005, has been the subject of much protest in Manchester. A substantial section of the Old Trafford faithful have been vocal in their animosity against the Glazers, with the rich family often labelled as having no emotional investment in the club and seeing it only as a business. This is backed up by an era of incredible financial growth and yet a steady decline on the pitch, having not won any silverware since 2017. The Glazer clan made their name through commercial real estate, building their fortune through First Allied Corporation, but it was their venture into sport which put them on the map globally. Joel worked alongside his father Malcolm to successfully acquire the Tampa Bay Buccaneers NFL franchise in 1995 for $192 million. Today, the team is worth more than $1.2 billion. And since the death of his father in 2014, Joel has gained more power within sport and its finances. During the 2019 off-season, Glazer was appointed chairman of the NFL's International Committee, with responsibility on the league's finance, media and legalised sports betting boards. A hugely powerful figure in NFL, Glazer is now a serious presence in the European franchise of football, becoming vice chairman of the ESL. The billionaire has not directly communicated to United fans or spoken to the press since the takeover in 2005, yet the 54-year-old has now broken his silence with the announcement of the Super League. By bringing together the world's greatest clubs and players to play each other throughout the season, the Super League will open a new chapter for European football, he said in a press release on Sunday night. Outrage from fans followed this announcement, with Joel Glazer being forced to backtrack and withdraw United from the competition. Meanwhile, Executive Vice Chairman Ed Woodward has resigned from the club. The next target for the Red Devils faithful could be Joel Glazer himself, with rumours he's already preparing to sell up after this latest nightmare at the Theatre of Dreams. 3. Andrea Agnelli. Despite the 6 English clubs dropping out, Juventus chairman and vice president of the Super League Andrea Agnelli still holds hope for the new competition, telling the press on Tuesday that there is a blood pact among our clubs, we will press ahead. He also revealed he has no intentions of stepping down from the Bianconeri. The Italian has been making significant noise in the European game over the past few years, with the 45-year-old originally the driving force behind the Champions League remodel that UEFA have rushed through. However, as news broke of the Super League's inception, Agnelli walked away from his spot on the UEFA Executive Committee, whilst also resigning as president of the European Club Association. UEFA President Alexander Seferin said of Agnelli, "I've never seen a person lie so many times." Despite this damning statement, one thing that cannot be taken away from the businessman is his success in returning Juventus to the top of the pile in Italian football. The Agnelli family are a multi-industry business dynasty within Italy, better known as the founders of Fiat Motor Company. They also have a long and rich association with Juve, and when Andrea was appointed chairman of the board in 2010, he became the fourth member of his family to be involved in the club. Agnelli joined Juventus in the aftermath of the Calciopoli scandal, yet helped balance the club's finances and steer them towards success. In 2012, they won their first of 9 straight Serie A titles and would reach the final of the Champions League twice. He also oversaw their €150 million stadium move in 2011, which dramatically improved their matchday revenue as the only Italian side to own their own ground. A new logo and smart acquisitions like Cristiano Ronaldo has seen the old lady become the 4th most followed side on social media in the world of football. But for all their work, Agnelli has often publicly bemoaned Italy's commercial inability to close the gap on Europe's other top leagues. He also spoke at a recent Business of Football summit of the need to protect investments and costs of clubs regularly pushing for European competition, questioning whether a team like Atalanta deserved access to the Champions League after only 1 year of success. The European Super League is the amalgamation of those concerns. Guaranteed revenue, protected entry and a level playing field with most of Europe's biggest sides. By trying to kill off the competition, Agnelli dared to fulfill his master plan for Juventus. 2. John W Henry. Co-founder of Fenway Sports Group, the parent company of Boston Red Sox and Liverpool FC, John William Henry is another key player in the controversial ESL. The American businessman's firm completed the takeover of the club in 2010 for £300 million, ending the reign of Tom Hicks and George Gillette. FSG had inherited both a mess on and off the pitch. Liverpool were ridden with debt, and the financial results for 2011 show that the Reds made an annual loss of nearly £50 million before tax. When Henry took over, he made 3 notable promises in his press release: to eliminate all of the acquisition debt placed on LFC by its previous owners, to attract the best players, and to return the club to its rightful place in English and European football, successful and competing for trophies. There's no doubt Henry has fulfilled these promises, turning that £50 million annual loss into a £42 million profit, attracting some of the world's best players to Anfield with the likes of Alisson Becker, Virgil van Dijk and Mohamed Salah, and winning 5 trophies in the last decade, including the Premier League and the Champions League crowns. It's hard for Liverpool fans to have too many complaints of Henry's ownership then. However, his involvement in the European Super League should come as no surprise to anyone. The 71-year-old was one of the key people behind Project Big Picture, the restructuring of English divisions that would help the lower leagues financially, but also strengthen the Big Six's position at the top of the game. This proposal was rejected by the Premier League and FA, but it set the stage for bigger things to come. Announced as vice chairman of the ESL on Sunday, Henry faced unprecedented backlash from Reds fans, manager Jurgen Klopp, and the entire playing staff, who released a message on social media reading, "We don't like it and we don't want it to happen. This is our collective position." The Illinois-born billionaire may have brought stability to Anfield, but his latest act could leave everlasting damage for the Merseyside club. For many, his desperate video apology on Wednesday morning is simply not good enough. 1. Stan Kroenke. Though Ed Woodward was singled out for criticism by Alexander Seferin, he is not believed to have been as influential in the creation of the ESL as Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke. Like the Glazers and John Henry, Kroenke has history within the sporting world, with a whole host of clubs including the NBA's Denver Nuggets, the NFL's LA Rams and Colorado Avalanche of the NHL all falling under his influence. Arsenal, along with Colorado Rapids of the MLS, marked the real estate mogul's entry into football, adding to his fortune, which Forbes recently valued at $10 billion. Though his decision to move the Rams from St. Louis to LA in 2015 was hugely controversial, this side of the pond, his involvement with Arsenal has attracted numerous critics. Since April 2007, the Missourian has slowly been increasing his shareholdings at the Gunners, culminating in a £600 million offer to Alisher Usmanov in 2018 to take full control. Yet the 73-year-old has often been blamed for the muted atmosphere at the Emirates, their muddled transfer policy and failure to progress in the post-Wenger era. In 2019, his son Josh was forced to release a statement respectfully disagreeing with fans who claimed the club had reached a crossroads under the family. It has also done Kroenke no favours that he rarely, if ever, gives interviews. There is no denying that the North London outfit have declined in recent years. Since 2017, Arsenal have spent over €470 million on transfers but failed to reach the Champions League. And in 18-19, they incurred their first operating loss since 2002. Meanwhile, their bitter rivals Tottenham have overtaken them for revenue. Although they remain a commercial giant with football's 10th biggest social media following, the squad's results have left their status as a Premier League giant in tatters. Kroenke thought by entering the Super League those concerns would be over. The Gunners would become a major force in Europe once more without having to suffer the further indignity of failure on the pitch. However, that plan has massively backfired, and while Arsenal were the first to formally apologise to their fans, Kroenke looks to have dealt himself the final blow in North London. So those were the 5 men that tried to create the European Super League. What do you think about them? Do any of them deserve our forgiveness? Let us know down in the comments below. As always, make sure you're liked and subscribed to the channel, and we'll see you next time.